So it's quite a weird one, but the Quran says that we have made you spouses as a coolness for your eyes. Essentially, what a spouse is a mercy, a rahm in Arabic, a rahmat Allah, a mercy from Allah. And the job of a spouse, the goal of a spouse, is to be a place of comfort and homeliness for you, because you're going out into life and you are fulfilling the law of God. Okay, what am I talking about here? Because I don't want to start sounding like an idiot. You're out there and you're going out and you're doing your thing, and a spouse is a place of comfort for you. Now, that's what we all kind of want, right? As men, kind of want that. You know, I don't right now. I don't. I appreciate and love women for who they are. I love and respect women, but I don't really want that now in my life. I don't really need it now, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice, and I ain't going to turn my nose up at it if it does occur. Definitely not. But when you're with a woman, it's a lot of comfort, it's a lot of pleasure, it's a lot of taking your mind off your troubles, if you will. But, and it depends on the relationship, right? Because, for example, with me, I would only want a relationship if it's going to transform me and take me to kind of like the next level, if you will, spiritually speaking. I would want the relationship to teach me how to love better. Yeah. Because here's the thing, if you're single right now, it's because God has made it so, right? It's because God has made it so. Because I'm not bitter or resentful towards women. I'm bitter and resentful towards myself because I know I'm not the right person. I'm not actually bitter and resentful towards myself either now. But there's been occasions where I've dated women and I saw things about myself I really didn't like. I saw things about myself where I was not treating the women right and correctly. I wasn't treating the women right. And it was alarming and terrifying to see that. Terrifying. And then it makes me realise, okay, do you know what? It all comes from God. Right? It comes from God. It's a test, a lesson, and a journey. And I don't know, I saw the quote one day where it's like, they're being protected from you as opposed to you being protected from them. That's the whole setup of the situation. Is you are being protected. They're being protected from you as opposed to you being protected from them. And I realised that I wasn't the right man. I realised I was not the right man, and I wasn't treating women correctly in my life. So God sent a few women my way, and taught me some things, taught me some lessons about how you treat women. And as I continued with my journey on semen retention and continued to develop myself and continued to get right with God, and I'm still doing that. I'm still doing all of those things, and it's not actually gone yet. It's not finished. I'm in the process. I'm just sharing the truth. As I've been doing this journey and process, what's happened is I've learned how to treat women. I'm learning how to treat women better. And this is a desire. This is something that I actually prayed for earlier in the year. I asked God, I want to be able to unconditionally love women. Right? And I've learned something about women. I've learned that women are amazing. Amazing. And they're a bewilderment to my mind. I can't understand them. And not only can I not understand them, but I also am absolutely then fascinated by them because of this lack of understanding. I'm fascinated by them, and I just have a respect for them that is increasing by the day. A respect for women which is increasing by the day, by the second, by the hour, if you will. And it's a wonderment, it's a bewilderment, it's a curiosity. And this far surpasses the desire for sex now. Because I think I've done that, right? I used to do PMO when I was younger, and that was all I saw women as being good for, which is a wrong way of looking at things. And it's not just wrong, women can feel that, and it's actually an incredible degradation, and it's evil. It's actually evil. If you want to be evil, fine, but just realize being evil don't feel good after a while. Being evil feels pretty terrible. And when you're evil for long enough, it's one of those things where your vibration just goes low and you just feel like shit. You feel like terror. So it's better to be good. Better to be good, and better to be aiming upwards, and better to be looking towards the good as opposed to the evil. And just don't even entertain the evil. Don't even entertain it. When it comes your way from other people, or when it comes from without you or within you, don't even entertain it. Just neutralize it with good, because that's what we're trying to do. And it's not just about feeling good as well. I read it today. It's not just about feeling good. It's about being good, right? It's about being good and doing good. You can feel all the good you want, but a drug addict feels good, right? It's a coincidence that if you do good, you coincidentally do sometimes feel good as well. But really, doing good is what we're after. Right and wrong. You can definitely do the right thing whilst feeling pretty bad. Yeah? Wrong is a feeling which feels bad, but it's not a feeling. It's a alarm bell. It's like the light of the conscience has detected wrong. That's the bad I'm speaking of, and the good and the bad, right? When you do good, you feel light. When you do bad, you feel this alarm bell. That's what wrong feels like, alarm bell. When you get more closer and closer to your conscience, this becomes something you realize more and more. The alarm bell becomes stronger. You become more alert and more ready to detect evil when it does appear in front of you. And as you meditate and as you get close to God, the courage to stand up to that, or even just speak up against it, will become something that occurs more and more. And as you stand up more straighter and embrace reality, as opposed to as you stand up straighter and embrace reality as opposed to shrinking, the forces of darkness definitely take notice of you. They will take notice of you, actually. So just like they took notice of Christ, I'm not comparing myself to Christ. I'm not Christ at all, but we are on the similar paths, people who are on this journey, the spiritual journey. And if we're on this path, then we can expect to be like our teacher, right? As Christ even says that the student, when fully trained, will be like his teacher or like his master. So we're emulating Christ. He's a teacher. And as we're going down this journey, you will be emboldened by Christ, by God, to speak up against the truth. Now, when it comes to the purpose question, I'm fighting right now. I've got a fight in about 5 weeks or so. So I'm training now. I'm training pretty hard. I had 3 days of hard training so far of fight camp, and it's only going to get worse. So we're in it now. But I'm doing this more for self-discipline, goal setting, direction, self-mastery. And there's a fight camp going on, so I want to be a part of it, even though it's just killing me right now. But I'm doing it for self, the strength, develop that discipline. And it's definitely taking its toll, man. It's taking its toll, but we're going to keep going. Taking it easy so far, but I know it's going to ramp up in the next few weeks. So I'm just going to go, man. I've said screw it, we're going to do it. We'll leave the rest to God, but I'll be very, very happy once it's over, and I'll be very, very happy having done it. I think is the key. I'm not even afraid anymore. I'm not even scared of a fight anymore. It's more about the commitment and the training that's going to lead up to the fight. That's what I'm more scared of. The actual fight itself, I really don't care. That's not what really bothers me. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I don't want it to be in conflict with my faith. That's my real thing, and for some reason I'm feeling like it kind of is a little bit in conflict with my faith. My faith comes above boxing or fighting. God comes before fighting. So if anything conflicts that, then it has to go. I love to train. It makes me a stronger person, and I'm treating this fight camp as nothing more than training, just making me stronger. And the fight itself is another part of training to make me stronger. That's all it is, to make my body, my mind, my soul more stronger, fit and capable and able to serve God. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not gonna treat it like some ego thing where I'm doing it to win. Look, I hope inshallah I do win, and if it's God's will I will win, but I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it because it's a challenge, and that's it. Like, I'm not too boastful, and I'm not too crazy about the emotion. I'm not too crazy about the imagination and the ego and the ambition. I don't want that anymore. That's not what fires me up anymore. Stillness, kindness, compassion, peace, telling the truth, being honest, and being bold in preaching the word is more interesting and more, doing these videos, for example. This is more fulfilling to me than fighting. Fighting is a means to an end. Fighting is something that helps me develop myself, right? Develop who I am, my character. I think that's the key there. It develops my character. Because when you can go all those rounds and take all those punches and throw all those punches and kicks, or even just hitting the bag over and over again, getting that technique right, just repetitiveness over and over again, the discipline, showing up, the friends and all this stuff. This is all, it's not even the journey or the process anymore. It's the action of actually working hard, which is what I'm craving. The stewardship of the mind and the body is more interesting than the fight itself. The fight itself is nothing more than just a time where you can just let go and forget about the whole training process and just go 100%. That's really it. And you do it with no emotion. You do it just as a skill, as a craft. You get to see how much progress you've made. And that's it. Like, I know that I'll make progress in the training when it's in the lead up to the fight. I know that. If I didn't have that, if I didn't have the culminative event, then I don't know if I'd make progress. Yeah, because I only make progress if I'm doing the training intentfully. If there's no intent behind the training, I don't really think I'll make progress. But that's just me. You might be different. Alright. Anyway, hope this video was a little bit interesting. I don't really know what I spoke about, but I spoke about something. Oh, cheers. I don't really know what I spoke about, but we spoke about something. So yeah. That's it, baby. I'll see you in the next one.